Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of constant rates of change. This is standard 7.4a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 23, which is a new item type called multiple select, of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. Alright, so we've got multiple select. We need 2 correct answers. So if I just select one and try to move on, it is going to give me a warning message. And if I select the first 2 and try to select a third, it is not going to let me no matter how hard I try. So it really does want me to just select 2. So let's see what we have here. We've got a family making pickles. All right, they pack the pickles at a rate of 80 pickles per 5 jars. So here is our rate right here, 80 pickles per 5 jars, right? And so what we're looking at here is that constant of proportionality. See, on that second line there, k equals y over x. That's going to get us our constant rate of change, okay? So that k equals y over x, right? So we need to represent y pickles. Okay, so let me extend this out here a little bit. Y represents our pickles, and then x represents our jars. So if we recognize this as a constant of proportionality problem, they tell us what our ratio needs to be. It's y over x, pickles over jars. And then what do we have for pickles over jars? Well, it's 80 over 5, because they give us the rate of 80 pickles over 5 jars. And so that is going to equal, let's see, that's 16. Okay, so that's our constant is 16, right? And then if we wanted to substitute in this right here, so we can say 16 equals y over x. And then if we wanted to multiply both sides by x to isolate the y, those two will cancel out, and guess what we get? Y equals 16x. All right, so that is our direct variation. So y equals 16x. So that's our first response right there. That's pretty simple. Right there in front of us. Now we need to find our second one. Well, if y equals 16x, it's definitely not going to equal 1 over 16. Okay, so that's just, obviously the inverse or the reciprocal of 16x, so we don't really need that. So it's a no on that one, but let's check out some of these other ones. All right, so if we do this right here, this should be times 16. Times 16 times 16. So let's just check. 16 times 6. It's supposed to be 36. Yeah, this is not what we need there. So 16 times 6, that's going to be 96 actually. But still, not going to work. 16 times 7, that's 42, that's 112, not going to work. Okay, so not for the third option. So no on that one. Let's check this. That's a weird looking graph, because if it's direct variation, if it's y equals 16x, that means it's proportional, which means it needs to go through the origin. So having it already start with 3 jars is kind of weird. You can't have 3 empty jars. Each jar has got, we've got, what do we have? 80 pickles per 5 jars. There's that 16 pickles per jar, so you can't have 3 empty jars. And that's what that looks like right there. It's 3 empty jars. So that one doesn't look very good either. So let's see what we have down here at the very bottom. Let's hope that's it. Let's clear that out a little bit. So it does start right there, okay? And I'm looking at, let's just look at this 5 and 80, right? So I've got 5 jars. Remember, y equals our 16x, right? So our y is going to be 80. And then that equals 16 times 5. Yep, we've already figured that one out. So that is our answer. The fifth option and the first option.